Middletown, New York. You're in a little tiny kind of strip center, I'd say. The two anchors are Hobby Lobby, anchored on one side, Big Lots anchored on another. There's a lot of vacancies, you can see. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vacancies. Not a bad neighborhood or traffic pattern. No issues with getting a semi in the back. I'll do kind of a drive-by. We'll have to put an overhead door in. There's no issues in that. It's pretty wide open in the back. When I do my drive-by, I'll show that. You've got a entryway, 7 by 6 vestibule that you walk into, and I assume that's code here, so this will probably have to stay. You then have a little office area. I'm not quite sure what we'll want to do with that. That's a approximate 7 by 7 little area that would stick out. Building's in rough shape. It showed a lot of sign of water damage. You can see the landlord has warranted that there was a new roof put in 2 years ago or a year ago, so all those issues should be taken up. The flooring, obviously, all the VCT has to come up. There's a couple issues that would be in your showroom. I'm not sure if you could see it, but there's a couple bumps. I think it won't matter because when we put our subfloor down, maybe 1/8 of an inch bumps in the flooring. Here's some conduit or empty piping that comes in. I think once we put our subfloor in, that would be okay. There's a raised platform in the back. Before I go back there, basically I would think, Stephanie, that the showroom could come right to the end of the window. If we build our walls, the way I'm going to draw it up is from here right to this point here would give you 43 feet across, all the way across this way, and 30 feet this way. We could then put the little manager's office to the right of that. So it won't be our perfect 40, but it would be 43 feet. Works out pretty good. If you want to come back 40 feet, another option would be it's almost exactly 30 feet from that pillar over, and then we could just move it back and make it a 30 by 40 and put an office going across the other way. So there's a couple different ways we could draw it up. See, there's already some damage to the what would be the tenant separation wall. We'll fix that. Other than that, the walls are in pretty good shape. Ceiling height is 10 foot 3 inches. As you can see, the sprinklers, you don't get much of a rise. The decking is 14 feet to the bottom of the girders. I'll show you when we get in the back and there's open ceilings. Is 12 feet. So my recommendation is to just leave the sprinkler heads height at where they're at and just spin the heads in the warehouse. All the ceiling has to be replaced, though. It's pretty shot. The HVAC systems, the landlord rep who met me here, he wasn't sure what sizes. He thinks there's 2 15-ton units. They're about 20 years old. I think that, you know, obviously 15 tons is too much. Maybe we can get the landlord. He doesn't know whether they're operational or not, so maybe we can talk to the landlord about contributing to a new 5-ton unit for our showroom. Bathrooms are not operational, he said. So I know in the LOI that that's a landlord responsibility. They also don't meet ADA. Not sure if the township or the city will require 1 or 2. You've got an area that currently would allow us to put one bathroom in here. We probably can maybe reconfigure it a little bit if we get rid of the mop sink or replace the mop sink, so we can get two if we need to. Here's the area that I am concerned about. You can see there's evidence of black mold below the electrical panels. Oh, all this drywall, I would recommend replacing all this and going with new. I don't know if it's from when the water came in or not, but even though it's in the warehouse, it should be replaced. This is the area back here where I think we'll put when I get on the outside. This door is also non-operational, the emergency door. I think that should be a landlord responsibility. I'll write that up. I don't think we should be responsible for replacing an emergency exit door. So I can't get into the back from here. There's no encumbrance on this side, so I would say that we put the overhead door. This is just a little cutout where that raised platform was. It's just built on wood, so it can all you can see it's just a wooden raised platform, so all this can get demoed. That's not an issue. While I'm out back here, let me show you the ceiling height and what I'm talking about in terms of the grid. You can kind of see it there. You don't have the expense of raising the sprinkler heads to the decking or burying them. You're not going to pick up that much height. Got a lot of electrical that's going to have to be tied off, though. It's a pretty significant demo job. Again, all this VCT. It looks like there's only one layer of it, but all this has to come up. And that's it. Let me just make sure I picked up everything on my notes. That's it from Middletown. Again, Stephanie, one last thing. These windows, just so you know, they're approximately 4 feet off the ground, and the panes are a little bit different. You've got 2 5x5s, you got 2 6x5s, then you come back with another 5x5 before you go into the door, and then there's no glass for the last 7 foot. So that's it.